Breaking: military arrests Owo church attackers. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabor, has said those behind the Owo attacks have been arrested. Some gunmen had stormed St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State, killing no fewer than 40 worshippers. The federal government, however, said the Islamic State of West Africa Province terrorists were behind the attack. During a meeting with editors and media executives in Abuja on Tuesday, the Chief of Defense Staff confirmed that the Owo attackers had been nabbed. Irabor said the suspects would be paraded after an investigation had been concluded into the matter. He said, "Within the last time we met, we have recorded remarkable achievement. Let me bring it to your notice that within the same period, there have been ignoble actions of men and all of the underworld, and they have impinged on our collective well-being, namely the unfortunate train attack, the attack on Kuje Correctional Center, as well as what has been reported in the past, the attack on the presidential convoy. Also, the Owo incident, which was intended to bring men and women of the armed forces to present them a form and shape that make it to look as if the nation is on a siege. We have arrested those behind the dastardly act in Owo. It was my intention to present them to the public, but because of investigations still ongoing, I had to change my mind. I would like to say that in due course, the world will see them and the others who are behind the other daring attacks in the country." Well, of course, this is major, but now pictures have not been released. But again, if the military has arrested them, that is a very big update, if anything. So now the action that will be taken after this, I guess, is more investigations to find out who else was part of these attackers and how they're going to bring them to book. Listen, this is an update that I personally feel should have come earlier, and by now we should be talking about trial, to be honest, and these terrorists ending up in jail, in prison. Literally, that should literally be the conversation right now. Parade them before sending them to hell, please. This isn't enough. Let us hear their names. Do you know how many times they defeated Boko Haram before it becomes undefeatable? I mean, we've heard that a lot of times where they say, you know what? I mean, before the leader actually of Boko Haram, is it Boko Haram? Yeah. Before he actually, passed, the amount of times the military claimed to have taken out this man, and the man just seems to have reappeared. So if they say this is a major update, what we should be having is hopefully a stop to all these attacks, because by this investigation they should be able to find the rest of the team, the terrorist attackers, and take all of them out. I mean, literally. But of course, updates are still coming, and it's so sad because the standards and the expectations that we have for the military is so low right now. So even if they achieve something that really should be, of a positive look, we will just tend to doubt it or not take it with as much importance. Well, they brought it on themselves. Well, a lot of opinions here do ask that the terrorists be paraded, their names be given, and we actually see them. But there is no point doing that. The fact is they need to use these two to find the rest of them, and in that way lock them up, to be honest. They are talking trash for how long? Now they will start to arrest innocent citizens. If you like, arrest them. If you like, don't arrest them. All I know is that we're tired of all this rubbish and we're ready to vote them out of power. I mean, it's fun because now their tenure is going to end, and obviously these attacks have happened close to the end of their tenure, but this wouldn't make any much difference to the last 8 years of a mess that they've called their leadership, and so I don't think it would make any significant difference. Again, this also, signifies, as this person said, they're tired and they want to vote them out of power and bring somebody in. So this highlights how important it is to know who you are putting in charge and who you're going to put in office and that they are competent and they will listen to you and you can hold them accountable. It increases the standards that you will set for whoever you think is best to run the country. So yes, I mean, in obviously it's a long time. I mean, updates like this, if our investigative team or sector of the government, and also the military itself, if they have been proactive, this is an update that you'd want in days of the after the attack, and now it's been more than a month and a few weeks. It's been a long time, and getting this sort of news now, especially when we have other matters that have just swept over the Nigerian space and triggered so many conversations, it's like you're taking us back. And it's very sad because there are so many unfinished, undone cases, and we just tend to move on because something else takes our attention. But now they've taken us back, and this is the update that you have. There really is no excuse. Even though, yes, it is good news, but this news has been expected to have come earlier. That's it. Well, what do you think about it? Do you think that this will make any difference in the long run? Would you want to ask for more? What is the plan that can go with it? Lies from the pit of hell. In this Buhari APC evil government, the worst hit is our military. Let us see them before doing to them what they have done to those innocent souls. He who kills by the sword will equally die by the sword. Well, what are they arresting them for? The Ondo State governor should have carried out a quiet investigation, arrested, tortured, and eliminated those beasts instead of handing them over to their colleagues in the police force. I mean, again, whatever they do, if the people keep up and are asking questions, then really, what would be there to hide? It would be harder for them to hide anything because they're being asked and they'd have to answer. And reluctance to answer would give other theories that they would not like to be associated with them. So it is what it is. So, if you're worried that, this would cause for them to try to hide or, sending and handing them over to the police, not the best. However they want to deal with the situation, the core of the matter is that Nigerians do not feel safe. The question is, how are you going to fix that? How will you work and show that that you are trusted and you can be trusted to protect your citizens? Now, that is where the real question lies. Put what you think about it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.